Hey, welcome to Pearls of Eden. I have a good word for you that I pray will be a blessing. I had a dream last night, and in this dream, it was a married couple. And this married couple, they started out really young and they were in love, but as the years went on, there were different dynamics that began to test their love. And one of those dynamics was family. There was family that was getting in the middle of their marriage, causing and stirring up strife, and it ended up being what split the couple up. And so the couple separated, and in this dream, I see the woman, she's going on about life, but she's really disturbed during this separation because she loves her husband and she's been so loyal and she's been so faithful, and she doesn't understand why he is walking away from the marriage. But she goes on and she begins to date, and this man begins to pursue her and just values her and treasures her and is just thinks the world of her. And the husband gets to get a glimpse of this, and he begins to have regret. And he sees that what he once valued so much, he sees another man caring for it so tenderly, and it makes him feel some kind of way, and he regrets it, and he wants his good thing back, right? And I said, Lord, what is it that you're showing me? He said, in this season, marriages have been so heavily under attack, especially kingdom marriages, and how important it is that we nurture what God has given us and not take it for granted, because too often you don't realize what you have until it's gone. And he wanted me to encourage marriages to invest in one another. Don't let anything get between your marriage. Let no one come and separate what God has joined together. And I was talking to my husband about it, and he said, that's so fascinating, because he was talking to another friend who was having some issues. And I said, God is so good. He is always on time. And so I knew I needed to come and share this word, because I pray that it blesses someone else, that we have to work at our marriages. We cannot be willing just to throw in the towel. And anything worth having, we have to invest in. And so my husband was saying how one time a friend asked him to go to a marriage conference, and he was like, well, why would I go? We're good, we're happy. He said, well, do you invest in your career? And he was like, well, yeah. He said, you go and do professional development to make sure you're at the top of your game, that you're the best of the best. He said, why or what are you doing to invest in your marriage? And he was like, it really hit home. And he said, go get me a ticket, I'm going. And he learned so much. And he said it was so valuable. And I said, you know what? That's so important, because God, he gives us all the resources we need so that we can pass the test when trials come. But if you don't do what you need to do to prepare, if you don't invest in your marriage and what you value, it can easily be destroyed because you don't have the strategies, or you don't know what to do when the test comes. You're not prepared, right? And we were just talking. I said, do you remember when the Lord put in my heart to have a marriage group, and we did the small group? And I said, it was the exact same thing. I was like, why do I need to do a marriage small group? Why do I have to study about respecting and honoring my husband? I had no idea that the Lord was preparing me to share what I know with others. And it blessed me so much, because I took for granted that because we were happy, because we weren't having any issues, that everything that I was doing was honoring my husband. Like I was doing things so wonderful, and it was not so. I learned so much about the power of honoring my husband, the power of showing respect, teamwork. And so I say all of this, it's important to invest in our marriages, so that when these tests come, like in that dream, the man felt such regret because what he didn't have value for, someone else was taking care of it so tenderly. And I just remember in the dream, this man had a coat on, and he took his coat off and he put it over the woman, and he was just courting her and just caring for her. And the husband was watching, and he just felt sick to his stomach, right? And then I woke up. So I pray that this word encourages you and blesses you. God just wants us to really nurture the marriages and the vows and everything that we have come in covenant with, that we don't take it for granted. That marriage is such a powerful dynamic in the kingdom of God, because in that unit we're raising godly children. In that unit there's so much that is happening to glorify and honor the kingdom of God, raising strong men and women for the future. So that's all that I have. I pray that this word blesses you. Remember, you are the head, not the tail, above only, never beneath. Do not give up. Marriage is work, but anything that is worth having is. And the grass is never greener on the other side. And people find that out too the hard way. And I don't want that to be you. I don't want that to be my story. So, all right, guys. Bye.